Yeah, I want to work. Okay. So let's start as usual, laying down on the mat. Knees bent if you have any tension on the lumbar spine, otherwise legs straight and rolled outward. You can also use a bolster under the knees if you want to. That's good. Okay. Once that you have found your position for the legs and lumbar spine to be comfortable, roll the arms outward to keep the shoulder blades flat onto the ground, palm of the hand facing up. Slide the shoulder blades over the waist and pull the back of the head away from the shoulders. Close your eyes. Inhale deeply and exhale fully with the mouth. Release all tensions. One more time. Allow your body to soften. Feel your shoulders moving toward the ground. Your arms, your hands. Relax your forehead, your eyebrows, and the skin between the eyebrows. Relax your eyes and let them sink deeper into the skull. Relax the skin of your face. Unclench your jaw and let your lips open slightly. Relax your throat, your neck and shoulders, arms, forearms and hands. Relax your back, the muscles of your back, and your spine, vertebra per vertebra. Relax your belly and the wall abdominal area. Relax your hips, your groins, relax your legs, knees, ankles and feet. Bring your attention into your breathing cycle and start observing every aspect of your breath. Which part of your body moves the most? Chest or belly? If both moves, which one moves first? Observe without changing anything. Observe simply to know yourself. Observe the length of your breathing cycle. Inhalation and exhalation have the same length, or one of them is naturally longer? Observe the small pauses between inhalation and exhalation, and between exhalation and inhalation. The small moments where everything stops, even your breath. Become aware of the 4 phases of your breathing cycle. Inhalation, pause, exhalation, pause. And there too, observe. Is one of the 2 pauses longer? Observe also that your throat remain relaxed and open even during the pauses. 3 more observing breaths. At the end of the third, take control and create a deep breath. But keep it easy, keep it soft. Observe your body expanding with every inhalation and gently contracting with every exhalation. Long, slow, and steady breath. Observe your chest becoming wider with every inhalation. Observe the ribs moving away from each other with every inhalation and closer to each other with every exhalation. Observe the belly. Observe the navel moving up with every inhalation and down toward the spine with every exhalation. Long, slow, steady breath. Expand more and more your lungs with every breath, deeper and deeper. Three more breaths as deep as you can. At the end of the third breath, still with the same deep breath, inhale. And at the end of the deep inhalation, hold your breath. While holding your breath, relax your belly. And observe how the feeling changes. Exhale with a long exhalation. And again, inhale deeply, as deep as you can. Hold your breath. And relax your belly. Exhale softly. And one more time, inhale deeply. Hold your breath. Relax your belly. And exhale. Use as much as you can your nose, your nostrils to breathe. Now, we're going to do it one more time, actually 3 more times. But when you hold your breath, you first relax your belly. And then you use your muscles to push the belly out. I want you to feel some tensions on your diaphragm. So inhale deeply, as deep as you can. Hold your breath, relax your belly, and push the belly out. It will be most likely quite uncomfortable, but it won't be long. Just a few seconds, and then you exhale with a long exhalation. Do it 3 times. Inhale as deep as you can. Hold your breath and push your belly out. Release. And one more time. Inhale as deep as you can. Hold your breath. Relax your belly. And push the belly out. Release. Go back to a normal breath, just for a few seconds. Now, if you had a good breakfast, then don't push too hard. Just try and start the movement, but don't overdo it. If you didn't have breakfast at this time, then you can go just out of your comfort zone. So now what we're gonna do is exactly the opposite of what we did. That is, we inhale deeply, we exhale completely. You can also use your mouth to exhale. When you exhale completely, you hold your breath, you relax your belly, and then you bring the diaphragm up, like you want to inhale, but without allowing the air to enter your lungs. So this will create a sort of vacuum on your lungs, bringing up the diaphragm into the rib cage and creating a sort of vacuum also on your abdominal area. So inhale deeply, exhale completely. The more you will exhale, the easier it will be. Hold your breath, relax the belly, and bring the diaphragm up. Release. And go back to a normal breath for a few seconds. We're going to do it a few times. The idea is really to exhale all the air that you have in your lungs. Even if it can be scary. So now, just before starting the new breathing technique, this new cycle of this breathing technique, I wanted to do just another small exercise. So inhale deeply, exhale, do it quite fast. Hold your breath, exhale one more time. Hold your breath. Without inhaling, exhale one more time. And one more time. Release. So as you can see, you hold a lot of air into your lungs. The less air you have in your lungs, the easier will be the exercise of moving the diaphragm. The idea is to keep the diaphragm up just a few seconds, 2 or 3 seconds. If you can hold longer, it means that you can exhale even more. So we're going to do it a few times more. So now inhale deeply. Exhale completely. Hold your breath. Exhale one more time. Hold your breath. Relax your belly. And bring the diaphragm up. Breathe normally just for a few seconds. And then one more time. Inhale deeply. Exhale completely. Exhale one more time. Hold your breath. Relax your belly. And bring the diaphragm up. Just a few seconds if you do it properly. And one more. Inhale deeply. Exhale completely. Hold your breath and exhale one more time. Hold your breath. Relax your belly. And bring the diaphragm up. Okay. Go back to normal breath. Bend your knees. Roll on your right side. Stay on your right side for a brief moment. For pushing with the left hand, sit up. Sit on your heels, and we're gonna do it 2 more times. It's a small different variation. So the idea is exactly the same. So we inhale as deep as you can. We exhale completely. On the breath, you exhale one more time just to push the air out. Then you hold your breath. You relax your belly and you bring the diaphragm up. The small variation is that when you exhale, you tilt your head forward and you go all the way down with your chest. So you can even use your thighs to push, to help you push the air out. Then when you inhale, when you hold your breath and bring the diaphragm up, I want you to lift the chest again, and I want you to lift the sternum, bringing down the shoulder blades. This small movement will help you bring the diaphragm even more into the chest. So if you had a big breakfast, don't push too hard. Maybe don't do the second exhalation, but do it anyway. Well, if you didn't, Try and go out of your comfort zone. Okay. Any questions? Okay, that's good. So inhale deeply. Exhale and go down.
Hold your breath, exhale. Hold your breath, relax your belly, put your hands on the thighs and come up.
Okay. Well done. So you can also do, if you feel that it's not too hard for you, you can also do two small variation, but it's just for the ones that ones that you feel quite comfortable with this exercise. You can either bring the hands inside your rib cage, just to do a sort of massage to directly to the diaphragm, or you can also take the two lower ribs and gently moving the ribs out and inside, outside and inside. I'm going to show you the two while you breathe normally, so you can just recharge a bit. So the idea is okay. So now I didn't exhale completely, just to have a little bit more time to show you all the different variation. You can try, you can play with it. Okay. Exhale as much as you can. So 2 more times. Inhale deeply. Exhale completely.
Hold your breath, relax your belly, bring the diaphragm up, bring your body up.
Okay, you can definitely exhale way more. Way more. Okay, so we're gonna do it one more time. It's just the last time. Remember that you're not underwater now. So go, even mentally, go out of your comfort zone, knowing that if you really cannot breathe and you really have the urge to breathe, you can. Okay, but just push the air out just one time. Okay, so inhale deeply, exhale completely. One more time.
Hold your breath, relax your belly, and bring
The diaphragm up. Come up. Okay. Maybe the next time, don't stay down a lot, because you stay down a lot. Well, it's just, but it's going down. It's just to help you push the air out, because you're using the position to help you push the air out. But you don't need to stay there. As soon as you exit, as soon as you push the air out and you have normal air on your lungs, you have these fillings, you will have the air anyway. Then come up straight away, lift the sternum, shoulder blades down. Want to do it one more time? So I'm just going to show you how fast can be, okay? So I inhale, go down. One more time. Okay, so just last time, go out of the comfort zone. It's just for a bunch of seconds. So inhale deeply, exhale completely, go down. One more time, and then come up. Okay. One thing that you can do, if you cannot yet bring the hands under the rib cage, you can do a sort of massage to your abdominal muscles. Okay, while holding the breath and come in and bring the diaphragm up. Okay, good. So now, tabletop position. Hands right under the shoulders, knees right under the hips. Bring the shoulders away from the ears and create circles with your hips and lumbar spine, both on one side and on the other side. Okay, now, belly in. Tilt your hip backward in order to lengthen your lumbar spine. Keep the belly in, activating your abdominal muscles. Now, keeping the knees right under the hips and keeping the shoulders out away from the ears. Walk forward with your hands, lowering your chest. Keep the arms straight, keep the shoulders wide. Allow the head to go all the way down toward the ground. Keep on pushing the chest down, but keep on tilting the hips backward to lengthen the lumbar spine and focus on the opening on the upper chest. Stay there for 3 breaths. Keep on pushing. This is not a relaxing position. Doesn't have to be, because we're working on the spine. And come back up. Okay. Now, tabletop position. And plank pose. So tuck your toes under, straighten your legs, squeeze your butt. Push the sternum forward and the shoulders away from the ears. Push the heels back as much as you can and stay there, 3 breaths. At the end of the 3rd, knees down. Go on your elbows. Keep the elbows closer than your shoulders. Interlace the hands. And plank. Push with the heels back. Push with the elbows down. Belly in. Squeeze your butt. Push the chest forward and lower your hips. Hilda. Okay, this is it. 3 breaths. and in. I know you hate me. I know. Just a tiny bit. Okay, sit on your heels. Sternum lifted, shoulder blades down, lean back. Belly in. Lift your heels, lift your knees just a tiny bit. Belly in. And come back. Okay, now lift your hips. Belly in, squeeze your butt. And observe that when you squeeze your butt and you bring the belly in, you could feel the legs rolling outward. You may feel it or not, but become aware that the squeezing of your buttocks and bringing the belly in can have as a consequence the rolling of the legs outward. If you don't have a super grippy mat, you may even feel the knees moving away from each other. It's just a small movement, but I want you to become aware more and more of your body. Okay, relax the buttocks. Now, activate again. So, squeeze your butt, belly in, sternum lifted, shoulder blades down, lean back. Keeping the belly in. I don't want you to arch your spine. So bring the lower part of your chest toward the pubis. And come back. And it's a small movement, but it can be challenging. Tabletop again. Now, I wanted to focus on bringing the lower part of your ribcage toward the pubis. Just do so, and observe that the lumbar spine lengthen. So lower ribs to the pubis. Not too much, but this is the direction. Measure that you have a sort of elastic string from your lower ribs to your pubis. Okay. Now, keeping this activation, enter a plank pose again. You don't need to squeeze your butt, but keep the lower ribs toward the pubis. Push with the hands against the ground and look a little bit forward compared to your hands. Push your heels back and stay there. Lower ribs to the pubis. 3 breaths. And down again. Cross your legs. Now I'm gonna let you focus on the mula bandha. So the mula bandha is an energetical lock that you create around your pelvic floor. So to do so, the easiest way, the gross way, is to activate your pelvic floor, like you want to stop your peeing. Okay. But the energetic, since it's an energetical lock, the energetical body is lighter and more subtle compared to the gross body to the physical one. So this log will be active at the very beginning of the physical activation of your pelvic floor. So you really don't need to contract completely your pelvic floor, but just to let you feel a little bit more all the core muscles that you have to activate mula bandha. Put your hands so here you can feel the bones of your hips, okay? Just put your hands slightly inside and gently push in. Relax your body. Now, keeping your hands there or just 2 fingers there, close your eyes. And I want you to contract your pelvic floor, not in a slight way, not in a subtle way, but in a strong way. Like you really need to stop your being. And feel the muscles under your fingers. I think that you can feel the activation, even if it's a quite far activation. But as you're not activating your abdominal muscles, but you could feel that something is moving. Can you feel it? Good. So this is a core activation. So since you want to have a little bit more energy and you want to have the energy moving, that's why we worked on the diaphragm and now we're working on the mula bandha. Now I wanted to just activate, contract to your maximum your pelvic floor, hold it just a brief moment, and then release. Keep on activating and release. Activate and release. Activate and release. Activate and release. You can keep your hands there if you want to. The belly is not really active. It's the inner core muscles that are working. Three more times. Activate and release, activate and release, activate and release. Now, still keeping your hands there, I wanted to activate this pelvic floor, but in a quite softer way. So not as active, not a huge contraction. So you may feel nothing under your hands, but I want you to activate another muscles too. I wanted to bring the lower ribs toward the pubis in a gentle way. Okay, so keep your hands there. Activate your mula bandha in a quite gentle way. You may still feel the activation of the muscles, of the core muscles, and then bring the lower ribs gently toward the pubis. Even there, it's a gentle movement, but I think they can feel that the muscles are working under your hands. And release. One more time. First, activation of the pelvic floor, and then lower ribs to the pubis, gently. And release. Close your eyes and do it one more time without using your hands to become more sensitive about this movement. So close your eyes, activate your pelvic floor, and bring gently the lower ribs toward the hip, toward the pubis. And the same way, keep on pushing the sternum up. I know that it seems impossible to do the two things together, but you can do it. It's the back that changes. And release. Okay, good. Now, plank. Using the mula bandha just the way we worked. So, straighten your legs, activate the pelvic floor, and really gently move the lower ribs toward the pubis. Keep it there. Keep the activation of the pelvic floor, but keep it gently. Keep it gentle. Stay there, don't move. And relax. Okay. Now we're gonna do just a step forward. Keeping all those movements. So keeping the mula bandha, gentle mula bandha. Keeping the lower ribs toward the pubis, but in the meantime, lifting the sternum. The idea is not to be like that, because when I do lower ribs to the pubis, I can do this. This is not what we're going for. So toward the pubis, but in the meantime, lift the sternum and move the shoulder blades down. So this part won't move, but the back will slide down, pushing the chest forward. If you want to, just do like this. Put your hands on your belly, linking almost your lower ribs to the pubis. I cannot touch the pubis, and because I don't have really big hands, but it's almost covered. So keep the lower ribs toward the pubis and feel that this one doesn't have to move anymore. Now, lift the sternum, shoulder blades down, and observe that this part, so the belly part, doesn't move, but the chest expands a bit when I lift the sternum and move the shoulder blades down. It's a small movement, but it gives you a sort of, you kind of open your chest and you're working on Anahata chakra, so the acceptance chakra, still keeping all the energy on your central part of the body. So on your third, on your 3 lower chakras there. in terms of energy, in terms of tantra, how can I explain it in a really easy way? You can imagine that since the third chakra is the fire chakra, when you keep this area compact but alive, you will burn the fire. You will burn the agni fire in your body, giving you the energy, boosting you the energy. So you have to be compact. Imagine that this area is a sort of oven. Okay, if you keep it open, the temperature will just go out. The energies will go out. Keep it closed, keep it compact, and the energies will rise. Okay, so imagine just that. So keeping the lower ribs gently toward the pubis, but without crunching this area, keeping it compact, but in the same way, compact but wide. Okay, keep the sternum lifted. So you will kind of push the air into the fire so it can heat higher temperature. Okay, so when you do so, you also have to lift the sternum and open the chest. Okay, good. So keep this movement in place. So pubis up, lower rib cage down, compactness, but at the same time, push. Imagine to push from the spine in between the shoulder blades toward the sternum. So we'll lower the shoulder blades and open the chest. Keeping all those movements in place, straighten your legs for the plank pose. Okay. Keep the two feet together, completely together, touching. Okay. Push the heels back, pubis up, lower ribs down. Now, roll on the left side. Keep this movement in place. Lower rib cage toward the pubis, but at the same time, lift the sternum. Lift the right arm up. Stay there. And change side. So put your right hand down. Find again your position on the plank. So lower rib cage to the pubis, pubis up, sternum up, shoulder blades down, and roll on the right side. Push with the right hand against the ground. Keep the movement of pubis up, lower ribs down, sternum lifted. Lift the left arms up, 3 breaths. Come back to center for plank pose. And tabletop position. Create circles with your hips and lumbar spine just to keep it moving. Turn also on the other side. Now, interlace your hands. Elbows down. Keep the two knees together. Belly in. Push with the elbows down. Now, keeping the right leg at 90 degrees. Lift your feet up. Keep the pubis up. Keep the lower rib cage toward the pubis and stay there. 3 breaths. Focus on your belly.
not on the other muscles, just on the belly. And down, change leg. Lean on the right leg, keeping the left leg bent at 90 degrees. Push with the elbows against the ground, lower ribs toward the pubis and lift. The left feet up. 3 breaths. Focus on your belly. And down. Create again circles with your hips and lumbar spine. Now, still keeping your hands interlaced, still keeping your elbows down. Walk forward with your knees. Tuck your toes under. Inhale deeply. Push with the elbows against the ground and lift your buttocks. Push the chest over the toes. 3 breaths. And even there, activate your abdominal muscles. Push the lower rib cage toward the pubis. And observe that will help you also. The head doesn't touch the ground. Will help you also push the chest over the toes. Down. Knees down, knees down. Okay, now open your feet as wide as the mat. Tuck your toes under. We're gonna do exactly the same thing, focusing on pushing the lower rib cage to the pubis. Inhale. With the exhalation, push with the elbows against the ground to lift your buttocks. And now, lower rib cage toward the pubis. Walk forward with your feet till there. Okay. Push with the elbows against the ground and push the chest toward the toes. And go down. Okay. Come all the way up. Damn, it's late. Okay. No problem. So now we're gonna just do a stretch on our psoas till the diaphragm. To do so, we're gonna show you and then we're gonna do it together. You can also, if you want to use a wall, if you have the possibility, but you don't need the wall. The idea is to enter this position. The back heel is not touching the ground. And we're focusing, first listen to what I say, focusing on tilting the hips backward to stretch the groin. So even there's the same movement, keeping the area from the lower rib cage toward the pubis quite short. So it's not that, it's that. Okay, so I want you to feel this part stretching. When you have this part stretching, and I'm going to show you in this direction. So keeping the belly in, you lift the arm and you lean to the side. So you will feel a stretch in all this area. Okay, we're going to just do it quite fast because it's late. And then we're going to move to Shavasana. So left leg forward, right leg back. The right heel
Doesn't need to touch the ground. Can touch the ground. It depends on your body, but it doesn't need to touch the ground. Mine, as soon as I will bend the left knee, will lift. Look at that. Yep. So this is not a problem. I don't want it to turn the feet outward to let it touch the ground. I want it to keep the hip as much as you can squared. Okay? Keep the left knee right over the heel or gently back, not forward. Pubis up, lower rib cage toward the pubis. Now, lift the right arm, and without compromising all the structure that we put in place, lean to the left. 3 breaths. If you are near a wall, you can even touch the wall to give you a little bit of stability. At the end of the 3rd, come back to center and change side. So right leg forward, left leg back. Hips squared. Bend your right knee. Belly in. Tailbone down. Tilt your hip backward. Pubis up. Lower ribcage down to keep it compact. Sternum lifted. Shoulder blades down. Keeping all those movements in place. Lift the left arm up and lean to the right to stretch all the area from the left groin to the rib cage. 3 breaths. And come back to center. Hands on the waist. Create circles with your hips and lumbar spine, both on one side and on the other side. And now you can enter Shavasana. So take everything you need to be comfortable in Shavasana. If you have a bolster, you can put the bolster under your knees. If you don't have the bolster, but you feel tension on the lumbar spine, you can keep your knees bent, maybe with the feet quite far away and the knees touching so you won't use your muscles. Draw the arms outward, keep the shoulder blades flat onto the ground. Push the back of the head away from the shoulders to lengthen your spine. Close your eyes and relax. Let go. Become aware, just for the first seconds, become aware of all the muscles that you worked on today. Most of the muscles were not outside muscles, but they were core ones, inner ones, the ones that will give you the stability, the inner force to be proud of everything you did. At the end of Shavasana, I'm going to chant the mantra. And at the end of the mantra, I'm going to guide you out of the pose till that moment. Just relax. Tvameva mata cha pita tvameva. Tvameva bandhu cha saka tvameva. Tvameva vidya dravinam tvameva. Tvameva sarvam mama deva deva. Tvameva sarvam mama deva deva. Tvameva sarvam mama deva deva. Slowly, start moving your toes and fingers. Bring back the awareness into your body. Inhale deeply and exhale fully with your mouth. Release all tensions. One more time. Bend your knees, roll on your right side. Stay on your right side for a brief moment before sitting comfortably for the chant of 3 Om. Keep your spine straight yet relaxed. Put your thumb and index finger together, palm of the hand either facing the sky or the ground. Close your eyes. Inhale deeply. Put your hands in prayer position in front of the chest. Open your eyes. Namaste.